Who doesn't know what to do? Got a honey jar stuck on his nose. He came to me asking help and advice. From there, no one knows where he goes. So I said, "Hey, here we go. It's FFAF." Hey, you know what? You know what I just thought of as I said that? It's FFAF. That sounds like my old report cards from high school and middle school, grammar school. Excuse me. The report cards women leave you after sex. We got Wolverine and Gabe and puppies, and then Krusty Bomb. Oh shit! I'm using the wrong button here. That's what she said. Going nowhere, Master Z and Barry's Prasanna, Gabe, Fudge Nugget, Corp Mob, Old Man Jenkins, Niall, Sharingan Tails, Black Master Joe, Retro Mintman. Oh, he finished Kniver. Oh, wasn't that good? Kniver's got a great finale to it as well. Still, the theme song to Kniver is probably currently my most listened to individual song. Cold Cuts is back. He says, I am here and feeling fine, decent on Friday. I'm glad you're feeling better. Sucks to be down with illness. Yeah, COVID, you bitch. Let's see. Krusty says, so, what brand of fucked up jokes are we going to do this time? Armin doing the hokey pokey. Old Man Jenkins says, I'm going to go watch your episode 6 reaction to Squid Games. Yeah, we got the premiere for that at 2. I did set that right? Yeah, 2:30. Isn't that terrible? Right as we're already in the middle of, or have begun the Free for All Friday stream, now I'm thinking, I timed all that shit right, didn't I? I think. Gabe says, how do you know if you've walked into a sex addicts counseling session? The psychologist will thank you for coming. Did Alexis, did somebody say abnormality? Indeed, Lex. It's home. We're home. Chrome says, just got home, had Mexican, and bought more manga. What Mexican, Chrome? No. Chrome just got home and had one. Good manga? Well, is there any other thing? I guess there could be bad. Hi, Mike. Mr. Croissant says, I just got done wrestling with my dog and now I'm exhausted. Oh, shit. Yeah, Mr. Croissant. Wrestling around with the giant dinosaur dog here. That's much more workout than I am willing to commit to anymore. Hey, Niles. Niles is on my break at work. Good way to spend that time. And I don't think an employer should make you go back to work when Free for All Friday's going on. I'm just saying. I think that should be immediate national holiday. AZN says, waiting on results of a drug test. I just got to know if I passed it and I'm home free. If I pass, I'll be fighting monsters high as fuck. Hopefully it now retards. Okay, to pass it, is the drug test pro or con? In other words, do you pass it if you are on drugs or if you are not? Prasanna says, I got done reading a depressing manga a little bit ago. I require cheering up. What was the manga? Chrome is like probably our resident manga expert. She's read a lot. Let's see if Chrome has read it. She's in here. Gabe says, what do Americans and stars have in common? They both love shooting up. Mr. Croissant says, Curtis, when will you do that 72-hour live stream where you don't eat or drink anything? Probably about 3 or 4 hours after my death. Oh, it's gonna. Ooh, how bad will it smell after 72 hours? We'll find out. Oh, okay. Here, Chrome says, I'm probably pronouncing that chorizo. and black pudding chilaquiles, shredded beef burrito, and meatballs. Also, yes, good manga. First volume of Mao, Inuyasha's creator's new series. Oh, very cool. I don't even know those dishes, Chrome. Chorizo and black pudding chilaquiles. Shredded beef burrito. You had me at shredded beef. I am so pathetic. Excuse me. You guys know how I don't eat any condiments, and I don't eat any condiments and nothing with any spices or anything. So I love getting burritos, like going up to Taco Bell, get some burritos. My burrito is a tortilla shell with the beef in the middle and wrapped up. That's it. And you'd be surprised how much convincing you have to do to the staff at Taco Bell to make them believe that that's actually how you want it. You don't want any cheese on it? Nope, no cheese. You don't want any sauce? Nope, no sauce. You don't want anything. You just want meat on a burrito. Meat on a burrito. Yes, you have to go. You have to make it very, very clear. Rosa says, I went to a restaurant with a girl from work to get to know her a bit better, and she started going off on a rant about feet and something about degeneracy. Not the best dinner ever, but not the worst. Yeah, I'm with you, Rose. That's could be awkward, could be a little off-putting, but certainly not the worst. Oh. Wolverine. I was going Wolverine right above you, Lix. Lix says, Chorizo, that's the crippled dog from Far Cry 6. SEO Bridge 16 is coming out soon. Are you going to react to it? Probably not. It's very unlikely. Don't feel like playing that copyright strike game again. Wolverine says making grilled cheese with extra American. Oh, now see, I couldn't even pronounce a lot of what Chrome just had for lunch, and I am well aware that I can't handle any of the spices that go into making Mexican food, and I'll still eat everything she just listed before that goddamn American cheese. Ah, oh. Crow Rosa says the steak was good, though. That's all that matters. Hell, you can put up with a lot of buffoonery from a date as long as the steak is good. Krusty says, body after 72 hours. Are we talking closed casket or the entire time opened up? Or either way, after the body's been worked on, it shouldn't smell too bad. Otherwise, it'll smell absolutely terrible. Well, I'm not going to have it worked on first. I mean, you guys are going to have to tough it out on that one. You got to get the whole true, pure essence that is me. And after all these years, apparently I have still not have figured out that smell does not translate to the camera here. Barry says, commence the shenanigans and the debauchery. Commencement has begun. I don't think I remember that one. I'm trying to remember it as I'm reading your post, Alex. He says, probably my favorite scene from Family Guy is Peter with his thinking grenades. That doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I saw that. Hello, Bob says YouTube was originally a dating site. Enjoy this information. Was it really? I don't know the origins of YouTube. I just know I always thought it was just originally kitty cat videos. I didn't know that. Yeah, there's something. I'll tell you guys something really weird. You guys will like this. Figure this one out for me. Hold on. I'm trying to get. Let me see if I can find these stats again. Buddy. Where the hell did I see it? I've been trying to make it a point to. One of the things that YouTube does do well is giving you lots of information about. Okay, it's not here. Where did I find it? About your videos, your audience, things like that. I can't find it. I've got most of it remembered. For some reason, I can't find these details again. I know you guys would agree with me that this is bizarre. Is it in here? No. God damn it. Hate when I do that. I never even stop to think when I'm seeing something that's interesting that I might want to share with you guys or make reference to later. I never even bother to try and tax my poor memory with actually remembering it. Shit, I can't find it here. Okay, but we've got somewhere in the YouTube analytics, it tells you what your average or what your average revenue per 1,000 views is on a video. Now, typically, that goes anywhere between usually around $2 to $5 per 1,000. For some reason, because I noticed a little spike, because views are down at the channel, but I've noticed a little spike lately. So I went poking around trying to find it, and I did find that statistic, although I can't find it now. Over the last week or so, the videos I've been posting are doing some of them are doing up to $12 per 1,000. Now, we all know that Susan hates me. I've got evidence all over the place to back that up. So how the hell is that? I'm not going to question it. I'm not rich. I'm not the type to go, I don't want more money. But how is it's never been anywhere as close to that in all the years I've been on YouTube. So how could that be taking place? And why would they allow it to happen to me? Rainy Friday says, hey, Curtis, just wondering what percentage of Super Chat do you actually get and how much does YouTube take? Also, yay for disposable income. Yay for disposable income. I believe it's 70-30. YouTube gets 30 Friday. That is the one place I've always said, though. That is the one place I think that's honestly fair. When you consider how much YouTube provides for us to be able to do Super Chats, they provide the platform. They provide the technology. That's a fair one. I don't think 30% is out of the realm of what you would expect in something like that at all. So that one I don't mind. Lick says, "Oh, we lost the 92 cents." I can't figure out what the hell. That's outrageous. That's 3 to 4 times what it typically is. I don't know what's going on. Now around the holidays, the rate across the board. Because of the extra advertising that, is gleaned by YouTube. So the holidays, it goes up a little, but nothing like that, and it's not the holiday season officially yet. Samuel says, little dark joke for you. How do penguins build their houses? I glue it together. Glue it together. Hey, Jesus Christ is here. That's always a good man to have around. It says, never dress as me and run through a satanic church singing, follow me, everything is all right. It won't end well. Well, now, doggone it, Jesus. I had never thought about doing that, but now I kind of got it. Well, before I can pull that off, though, I've got to lose a lot of weight. Jesus, as you can see, is a very slim, slender man. I am not. Nobody Aussie says, "G'day, mate. Hope you ain't being a true bogan, or I'll be gobsmacked enough to whip out the budgie smugglers." Try to translate, please. I got as far as "G'day, mate." I know that means kind of like "hi, friend." Bludger, I've not heard. Bogan, I believe I've heard that word. I still don't know what it is. Gobsmacked, I've heard. Budgie smugglers, no idea. Budgie smugglers. Trying to even piece that together, and it only takes me to frightening places. Budgie smugglers. Yeah, I'm you got me, pal. Hey, Hunter. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Gabe says, what do you call an Australian visiting the UK on holiday, returning to the scene of a crime? Yeah. Barry says, $12 per 1,000 views. That's chump change compared to the 92 cents per live stream. And The only good thing I can say about that is, as you guys know, I don't monetize most of our live streams. The only ones I'll monetize is like gaming or something like that, because otherwise YouTube is just coming after you for the content, and I'm not going to be restricted any more than we need to be in here. But I can't figure that out. I mean, $12 per thousand is outrageous, and I don't know how that happened. I'm sure I just jinxed it. Starting tomorrow, it'll be 92 cents per thousand. Are they? That would make sense, actually. Niall says, aren't budgie smugglers underwear? That would kind of make sense. I've never heard that one before. Rosa says, the World Chess Championship is soon. In chess, the best GMs play in the candidates tournament. The winner gets to challenge the champion. Nepo is challenging the 7-year champion Carlsen this year. Yeah, again, it's a game I used to really like, but I don't have the patience. I've completely lost my ability to focus for that long. I just can't play anything that moves slowly. It's kind of sad. Chrome says, "Oh, you know Susan, she'll readjust soon." I'm sure, Chrome. No, she won't readjust. She'll over-adjust, I'm sure. At some point, she'll look at that and go, "Who the fuck is giving this Baldo freak this?" And it'll be a major movement to the other extreme. Chrome says, baked chorizo and black pudding salsa tortilla chips topped with an egg. Black pudding is a British sort of thing. I've heard of that, but I have no idea what it is. Used in breakfast a lot. I had it with guacamole because I'm bad with spices as well. And I see, of course, well, I was going to say list something else that I don't like, but you guys know, big deal. My limited taste. There's tons of things I don't like because I don't eat guacamole either. But again, everything you've listed, despite the spices, despite the combination of flavors that usually I couldn't deal with, I would eat before I would eat that goddamn American cheese. Ugh, really bad. Poppy says, next post, Spazman. All right, Poppy, I'll watch for it. Mr. Croissant says, the comment after mine was racially motivated, and the comment before mine sports pineapple on pizza. My comment is valid. He got Wolverine and Gabe. Ah. Don't forget, guys, to get Poppy's next message when it pops up. Oh, here it is. I've been reading a manhwa about a demon called Raynoff, who sucks at being a demon and is incredibly dim. I'm praying his mentor Eclipse can teach him. That's kind of neat. I like that. So the protagonist is just no good at demonic behavior. That's pretty good. AZN says, what should I do if my grandkids 50 years from now ask me, who's Goku? Also, how fun will it be to show them? Side note, what do I tell them about you? Oh, they make shit up, AZN, because nobody will believe it. If you tell them the truth, you're just gonna freak them out. Just make shit up. Tell them I was just a figment of a lot of people's imagination. I was just a prank, bro. Oh, Leslie, that's actually pretty good. What what do you call an IT teacher who touches up his students? A PDF file. PDF file. Rick says, yeah, I like American cheese. I eat those plastic bin bags. Oh, God, I don't know why, guys, it's just so gross. I've told you that, and mayonnaise. Well, that mayonnaise, those are the common items, though, too, but, and tartar sauce. Tartar sauce is very similar to mayonnaise for me. Prasanna says the manga I'm reading is actually a manhwa called Who is the Prey? Spoilers, that involve sexual assault and blackmail, hence the depression. Yikes. I'll tell you that, well, we'll be watching it together here shortly. That, episode 6 of Squid Game stayed with you. That was a really, really substantial, significant beating to the feels right there. They did such a phenomenal job of really wrapping you up into these characters, only to have these things happen. Cold Cut says, I want to print and frame a picture of Curtis and hang it in the living room and wait to see how long before my housemate notices and comments. Then comes the fun part, explaining. And if you do, make sure it's a picture like this, something like this. That'll be fun to explain. After your roommate gets done vomiting and stuff. Poppy says, and I mean, he's dim. He can't even see when someone is being sarcastic to him and lets enemies go. That's kind of it's just kind of neat conceptually. Just, well, first of all, the whole demon that's just not good at being bad, at being demonic. Chrome says, because you're still human, can't willing eat American cheese and like it and still call yourself human. Also, damn, was it expensive, but I felt like splurging. I see. That's where I do miss out, Chrome. And that, talking about spices, that one's not even that one's not so much of just my horribly limited tastes. I mean, that's part of it. But spices I just can't handle. Like, I can't take any kind of hot wings or anything. Now, I don't mind the sauce. If you get down to just the actual flavor, it's not bad at all. But I can't do anything hot. It just beats me up like you wouldn't believe. My nose waters and my eyes run. And, I mean, it's like, hell, I've been in boxing matches that were just absolute brutal. Just throwing haymakers at each other. And I felt better after that than I do after eating like a couple of hot wings or something. They just make me feel beat up. Literally, it just makes me feel like I've been through the ringer. You ever watch Friday? AZN says. You'll laugh. Friday. The movie? Gosh, I think I'm remembering that. Friday the movie. Wasn't that, if it's what I'm thinking of, didn't it come out years ago, had a predominantly black cast? Am I thinking, is that what we're talking about? Am I thinking of the right thing? If so, I don't remember if I saw all of it or bits and pieces of it back in the day on HBO or something. Rainy Friday says, well, back to work for me. Have a good day, all. Here's approximately $7 for you. Yeah. Well, thanks, Friday. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Yeah, like I say, I have to, I'll give YouTube credit on that one. I think that's fair. That 70-30 split is fair. Barry says, the history of Curtis and the channel can be summed up into sketch comedy, chatbot videos, anime reactions, try not to laugh, political streams, fighting the man Susan, beating up Spaz Kid. Oh, but you got to remember, Barry, it all started on bad gaming. And that has been a significant part of it over the years. But that's why we got started, because I was so bad at Call of Duty, and all the, Call of Duty was YouTube back then, and everybody else doing the Call of Duty videos was an ace, was a master at it. Philip says, I just heard about the most unfortunately named Native American I've ever heard of. A Comanche named Isatai, which means wolf or coyote vagina? That person, I don't know if that's a girl or a boy, but that kid's parents were douchebags. What the hell? They were way into animal vagina, animal pussy. Can I have the pussy balls? Excuse me. Nicholas says, hey, Curtis, did you know that during the victory celebration of the war against Germany that the Russians drank so much vodka they ran out? I am not surprised. Nicholas, you're not Russian, are you? Or are you? I've told you guys before, again, talking about those statistics that YouTube provides us, are over the last probably almost a year now, the fastest growing individual country represented in our YouTube stats has been from Russia. And I know the Russian people I've talked to on here, whenever we talk about what I, as an American, how we see, everybody else tell what country they're from, and I'll tell them what I believe is our perception of them stereotypically. And whenever I tell the Russian people we have here, in each and every case, when I've said that, well, we see Russians as crazy and always drunk, They're like, yep. But one of the Russians we had in. Oh, you're American. Okay, Nicholas. I thought so. I just want to make sure. But do we have any Russians here with us today? Because the Russians are always telling me. The one young guy explained it to me. This was some time ago, and he said, "Look, listen, it's depressing over here." He said, "If you're not in of the ruling class, you're pretty much struggling every day. It's kind of dank and just ugh." He said, "We stay drunk." I always thought it was just kind of an over the top stereotype, but according to the Russian people I've talked to on here, they're like, "No, it's a lot of people over here drink vodka like water." Cold Cuts says, one time as a child, I ate hot Cheetos and touched my eye. Oh, fuck. On that day, I learned what it's like to be touched by Satan. And by touched, I mean his ween nearly blinded me. Yeah, no shit, Cold Cuts. Ow. I can't even imagine. Wick says, this stream was sponsored by Smirnoff. Praise be to the Communist Party. Well done. Philip says, now we're talking about that Indian with the bizarre name. Interesting fact, though, he wasn't born with that name. By the time he comes into history, he was White Eagle. Well, that's quite a step up. Then he started a little thing called the Red River War against America. Really? And the dude who started it was actually named after Coyote Pussy. Oh, man. It's a good thing he changed his name. I don't know. He might have had the other side laughing so hard it would have been easier to get a win. Zurzul says, hello to all our comrade goose shares. I am Zurzul. Stream boss hates me like Big Bald Man hates Susan and Train. Oh, I love hearing Big Dog in OP lately. Big Dog? I'm not sure what you mean, Zurzul, in One Piece. Wait, you're talking about, I think what I was trying to say. You mean my dog barking in the background? Because they've been in a lot of videos. Like, I don't know what their malfunction is. Their ass is gonna get started being put outside while I'm doing videos. Oh boy, Chrome says probably not going to be able to go into Glasgow for the next few weeks. We're going to be getting a lot more environmental protesters over the next 2 weeks. I don't want to deal with them in traffic. Oh, Jesus Christ. The Planet Savers are coming, Chrome. Yay. The Dino Dog barking One Piece reacts. Yeah, they have been. You're right. I didn't put that together, Zurzul, but now as I'm reflecting back on it, you're right. A lot of times it's been during One Piece. Yeah, it has. And usually she's not even up and about by then, because I told you the first thing I do every day is when I get up is I record the videos for the Goose that day. So I'm usually doing the initial recordings between like 5:30 and 8:30 or 9 in the morning. And that lazy ass is usually dead to the world, still asleep in her little bed in our room there. So I don't know what she's been up to lately, because my wife will be out there getting ready for her day, and she'll come out of the room, and then all of a sudden, I think she barks just to be a pain in my ass. 47 minutes until Squid Game Part 6. Yeah, that was the thing, Misty. I would have posted it for you guys yesterday, but I got thinking, I as much as that episode really killed me, I really enjoyed it. And it's like, geez, I kind of want to, I like to premiere this one and watch it with you guys. And today was a much better day. As you saw, I didn't even get time to stream yesterday or anything. I knew I was going to be busy yesterday. And today I felt pretty sure I could be there to watch it with all of you guys. Zurzul says, I will make Killing Strike at Stream Boss now. And you have done just that, Zurzul, and you have killed. You are now the Stream Boss. Ah, yes. Dino Dog and the legendary Stink Farts has been amusing to hear lately. Did she eat Kibi Dango? Oh, Zurzul, it's funny you bring that up. Last night, typically on Thursday nights, we have one couple that's very close to us, really good friends of ours, and we try and get together on Thursday nights. Him and I watch football, and we all sit around chat and stuff. And they were over last night, and we were all commenting that she was on a roll. I mean, she's always plenty flatulent, but last night was over the top. I finally had to put her outside. I'm like, Uma, you got to go outside for a while. Whatever's working its way through your intestinal tract, get it the fuck out, because we couldn't take it anymore. It was getting really, really powerful. Oh, Poppy, she was so gross last night. Jesus, I think she's doing it on purpose. Chrome says it's already started, by the way. The block roads, jump on top of trains, and smash windows. Hate them. Guess I'll go to Edinburgh instead. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm going to click on Chrome's link here real quick. I just want to see what she's talking about. Oh, let's see. Oh, geez. Drivers vent fury at eco mob. Motorist furiously plays bagpipes in insolent written activist faces. Oh man, is that dude that's getting the bagpipes blown in his face? Does he look like the stereotypical douchebag or what? Wow, that's yeah that with that face though. In fairness to him, once he had that face, he had to be a douchebag. He didn't have a choice. Uh, that's a great screen name. Someone thinks your favorite band sucks. Well played. Thoughts on the Metroid series? My favorite is Prime 2. What the fuck? How are you guys? This is almost fucking creepy. You guys are hitting on all these topics that, out of the blue, that just came up to me. Now, that same couple that was here last night. I haven't thought about Metroid in years. I played it when it originally came out. It was the first or second iteration of it. I don't even remember what system that would have been. It was so long ago. It was on a console, though. And I haven't played it since. And now last night, my friend Alex was over, and he's been playing it on his Switch. And he says, you got to check this out. And he just pulled up a YouTube video to show me the graphics on the new release. But it is just such a coincidence. We have never, that we don't, it's not like Metroid is something we talk about regularly here. And it comes up right on the day after we were discussing Metroid. But I haven't played it, my friend, since those early days, and it wasn't a bad game. I do remember liking it. I played it quite a little bit, but I just never ended up going back to it. Philip says, I'm getting to that part. He was a medicine man who convinced the Comanche, the Kiowa, the Cheyenne, and the Arapaho to kill buffalo hunters and that their bullets wouldn't harm their warriors. Wow. Sounds like a player. Tiger One says, Curse, did you see Halloween Kills? No, I didn't, pal. I generally don't see much of any horror movies because my wife won't watch them. She's afraid of them. Brax has gotten to where he will, but of course he's at college. My grandson went to see it. He and him and I have very similar tastes. He's 13 now. He said it was a mixed bag. He said started good, middle was meh, ending was pretty good. He said, but he could see where I guess his big, and this is just his opinion, the big problem he had with the ending was it was more concerned about making sure it was open for a sequel than it was being an actual conclusion. Yeah, like I say, Chrome, I played Metroid, but way back. I mean, way back. Some the really crappy graphics days. Zul says, we from future, Susan gone, train gone, victory. I wish. Gabe says, I'm pretty worried about Biden and what's going on during his presidency. A lot of us are. As far as I'm concerned, way too much spending. I'll tell you guys, what will be a really strong indicator as to where the country is politically will be this Virginia governor's race on Tuesday. Biden won that state by 10 points. If that ends up as close as some people are saying, the Democrats better figure something out for 2022 or they could really be in trouble because Virginia has been moving entirely the opposite way. Virginia for the last 10, 15 years has been steadily going bluer and bluer. And you're talking about McAuliffe, who is somebody who is well known, used to be governor, and was a popular governor against a complete upstart. And Youngkin's his name. If he does really well, or even more so, if he were to win, the Democrats better get really worried. Going Nowhere says, Curtis, which games were better? The old Mario games from the Nintendo or the old Sonic games for the Sega Genesis? Well, I don't know about better. I preferred the Mario games, Going Nowhere, but that was strictly personal preference. There's nothing wrong with the Sonic games. I just was never as into them. They were okay. I just was never into the hardcore speeds what we need games as much as I liked the elements of the Mario games better. The mushrooms and the banging your head against the blocks. So I won't really say they were better. It's just, for me personally, I liked the Mario games better. Excuse me. And Philip says, talking again about this Indian chief, that delusion was promptly ended when 700 Comanches attacked 28 buffalo hunters, including Bat Masterson and Billy Dixon, at a trading post called Adobe Walls. See, this is all, I don't know any of this history. That's really cool stuff. No idea on any of that, Philip. That's really cool. Chrome says, I'm loving Metroid Dread. It's one of my favorite series, and Dread is right up there. Samus has never been more of a badass. Animations are incredibly well done. She exudes personality. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying, Chrome. That's why my friend Alex was showing it to me, because he was just so enthused about it all. He said it's gotten so good, the Metroid. Excuse me. Tsunami says, Curtis, did you hear about PETA warning MLB to wanting to? I did. I posted a tweet about it. Wanting Major League Baseball to change bullpen to Arm Barn. It might just be me, but Arm Barn sounds like a place you'd go to get beat off. Yeah, pretty much. PETA, Tsunami. I think. I hope PETA has just become a mockery of itself, and a lot of the things they espouse now are just strictly for attention. I can't believe that anyone genuinely thinks there's any harm in calling that a bullpen. Their stance is it's because it's supposed to be, the phrase represents the area where the bulls are held before slaughter. Even if it does, who gives a fuck? The bulls aren't offended by it. Trust me, I've asked some of them. They said, no, we're cool with it. But that's not, I don't know which is true, because I have also heard that the bullpen was named that because the pitchers who aren't currently pitching or would be used later were sent down there. And even in modern day, if you look in the bullpen, it's, modern lore in baseball is the stupidity that goes on down there because they got nothing to do. So they just sit around and get in trouble and stuff. But it was because they were all sitting down there shooting the bull, exchanging bullshit. That's why it was the bullpen. So I'm not sure which is the true impetus for the name, but it may not even be what the lunatics at PETA are claiming it is. Chrome says, also, it's been funny to watch game journalists clown themselves over the game and showing their frauds. I'm expecting the game to sell 3 million, making it the highest selling in the franchise. Wow, 3 million. Yeah, that'd be a good number. Indo says, hey, Curtis, who are you going for in the MLB World Series between the Atlanta Braves and Houston Astros? It's a funny one for me, Indo. I can't stand either one of them. This was a boring series for me. I don't like the Astros and I don't like the Braves. I'd give you a pick, but I really couldn't make one. It would be like a World Series of mayonnaise versus American cheese. I want them to both lose. Fuck off, train. Indo, you're the aren't you the New Orleans fan? Yeah, I tell you what. Right after you and I talked, your LSU rose up. They're playing better football now. I know they lost last week, but they are playing. They're playing much better football. But Orgeron's gone. I was never a monster Orgeron fan, but damn, the dude is 2 seasons away from winning the national championship. And let's be honest, he hasn't had the kids into the program that he needs to continue competing with Alabama and the like. But, well, maybe that's why they want him gone. Maybe they think he's not a good enough recruiter. I don't know. But, yeah, your Saints are an interesting one, too. Jameis is just so up and down. I just wish they'd let my boy Ian Book who is from Notre Dame. I wish they'd let him play quarterback. I want to see how my boy Buka would do in the NFL. Gabe says, if we had someone who was like Bill Clinton and Franklin Roosevelt in office, then we would have a balanced economy. Well, I don't think we could get to a balanced economy, but I think we could be in much better economical shape. Philip says, Dixon made a shot of over 1,500 yards with a Sharps Buffalo rifle. Wow. That still has him in the top 20 of sniper shot. He killed a Brave at that distance and promptly ended a 3-day battle. 1,500 yards with the weapons of that era? Holy shit. Yikes. Nicholas says, hey Curtis, what do the SS and Jason Voorhees have in common? They both terrify people in camps. Yes, they do. Gabe says, we could possibly go into a Great Depression if Biden stays in office. Well, there are some economists that are concerned, about a major depression coming. The thing is, I know we're spending too much time focusing on spending obscene amounts of money for some things that are necessary, such as infrastructure. But within that gets thrown in all these social programs that they want to add at the worst possible time. All the money we just spent and had to spend because of the pandemic and what it did. Well, we wouldn't have had to spend it if we hadn't gone into hardcore lockdown, but that's neither here nor there. I just don't think, I don't think the economy is going to handle it. I think you're going to see major repercussions in the form of, we're already seeing the inflation, and we could see the depression following. Lou says, y'all got a major depression still coming? I've had it for 3 years and I'm fine. Leslie says, my wife and I have reached a difficult decision that we do not want children. If anybody does, I've heard, please just send me your contact details and we can drop them off tomorrow. Mr. Croissant says, speaking of Halloween Kills, have you heard about society trying to cancel Michael Myers? No, I haven't. If you don't mind a minor spoiler, I'll speak about it in another comment. I wouldn't mind it, but at this point, Mr. Croissant, I wouldn't want to read it out loud just because it's still a new enough film that a lot of people, I'm sure, have yet to see it, and I don't want to spoil it for them. I probably won't get a chance to see it because, again, if I want to watch a horror movie, it has to be by myself, or I have my... two of the young women who are staff in our house are also friends of ours. They both like horror movies. And every once in a while, Carrie and I will sit down and watch a horror movie together and stuff, but it's rare. But I wouldn't want to spoil it for anybody else. Philip says, once the Battle of Adobe Walls was over, things went sideways for the tribes. The army got involved, and from 1874 to 75, we're at war with the tribes. It ended with the Comanches put on the reservation. Really? See, my knowledge of that era and all that happened, with the Indians is just very, very broad, not specifically detailed at all. Although it's a fascinating time to me. Yeah, Rose, this is no spoil, please. Yeah, it's too new, Rose. I wouldn't read that out loud now. Just too many people, I'm sure, are still wanting to see it. Yeah, I agree, Lex. No, I wouldn't read anything like that out loud. And better not to even type it so nobody accidentally reads it. Johnny says, being a Pirates fan is hard right now. Our ownership is one of the most inept in sports. Something needs to be done and fast. Well, Johnny, they should, I believe, they should have forced them to sell the team based on the non-compete clause. They're not trying to compete. For those who don't know, I'm a big Pirates fan too, the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball team. But basically what they're doing is baseball has a structure called the luxury tax where money from the rich teams gets spread to some of the smaller market teams. It all works on percentages and shit. But basically the Pirates are just trying to grab some of that money, turn a profit, and they couldn't care less about winning. They decimate their lineup every year. They'll get whenever somebody on the Pirates roster gets to be any level of what you would consider a star where they can command a salary, they just get rid of them and bring up kids from the minors. and they have no interest in winning. And I don't know if there still is, but I'm assuming so. There always was a clause within MLB when you own a team that if the other owners see you as being intentionally non-competitive, you can be forced out. And I don't understand why they haven't done it to them yet. Philip says, now to get to the part where he gets his name. The Cheyenne in particular were very pissed at White Eagle. They'd broken a treaty on his promise. They beat him up and renamed him. Oh, that's actually that's actually kind of neat. Johnny says Pittsburgh attendance is always at the top. That was the only thing. That's the thing that really gets me though, Johnny. They got that beautiful stadium. PNC Park is gorgeous. I had always heard it was, and I finally got to go. Beautiful stadium. You know, it's situated in an idyllic spot, and they just won't even try to give the city a winner. I mean, look at the way the city supports the Steelers. Well, and the Steelers have, going back to the Rooneys, have always had great ownership. You know, the Penguins, I'm not even a hockey fan. I know how ultimately successful they've been. But the Pirates just, fuck it. They don't care. The ownership, that is. Josh says, hey, Curtis, yesterday was my 27th birthday. My boss got me a chocolate turtle cake. My inner fat ass was trying to do cartwheels, but just rolled it. That would be me too, pal. my inner fat ass, my outer fat ass, all of it would have just been rolling. Serious Neko says, when was your last most satisfying fart? We're at the 46-minute point of the stream. It was at about the 41-minute mark. Still some remnants hanging in the air. Chrome says, it's not a spoiler, Curtis. They're just making things up about Michael Myers being homophobic. Oh, Jesus Christ. Chrome, I'm never surprised by anything they make up. The only thing I can say, I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but the only thing I can say about the perpetually offended crowd and the super social justice warriors and all these clowns, it does seem to me like there's a little bit of a pendulum swing going on. That like when they start their ridiculous shit on social media, Twitter, wherever it may be, typically Twitter, there seems to be more pushback against it now than there ever was. The people starting that stuff seem to get mocked at a much higher rate than they get the echo chamber supporting them. I hope that's the case, because I would like to see everybody who plays that ultimate PC stuff to just be mocked and derided. I think that's the best way to handle them. Gabe says, Walter Mondale was president, he would have been outstanding. Ooh, I didn't like Mondale. Well, you guys know my political views. Mondale was very much about a nanny state, and that's not my thing. Vomit free since 93, Jeff says. Gabe says, I feel like any politician who was brought up are so corrupt. It seems starting to seem that way, Gabe. It's like to make it to survive and thrive in politics long enough to get to a position of significant national prominence. It seems like you have to have been tainted, doesn't it? I mean, I would agree with you. Lou says, yeah, because they've been around for so long, I think people have finally reached the point where they're annoyed by them. 100% of the time instead of mildly amused, so they get mocked. I'm hoping that's the case, Lou. I've noticed it. It does seem like, again, as I say, the pendulum is swinging back, and people are like, okay, enough, shitheads. You know, it's one thing when somebody has a legitimate gripe, but when you're just out here looking for any excuse to feign some offense, it's gotten old. Have I seen the creepy Twix ad? I don't think so, Arthur. What was that? The Twix ads that come to mind off the top of my head are those left Twix, right Twix ones. The creepy one? I don't think so, pal. It's not ringing a bell anyway. Random says people are just tired. Random Epic says people are just tired of them. They want equality while making them is equality, and they can't take it. Yeah, and you're right, Random Epic, and a lot of people within that world of the always offended and the over-the-top PC don't actually want equality. They want superiority. They want to be treated differently. Yeah, absolutely. Tim says, "Hey Curtis, going through One Piece right now on episode 183. Hope you're having a great Friday." I am, Tim, and thank you. Oh, you're. It's such a phenomenal ride, Tim. It's so good. I love One Piece. I'm in the land of Wano right now, which is actually where the current arc is, but I'm just at the beginning of it. It's fan-fucking-tastic characters, writing, everything about it. Everything about One Piece is just brilliant. It deserves its lofty status, no question. Hey, Kaiser. Yeah, good point, Kaiser. Michael Myers is like Alucard. He hates everyone equally. He makes a good point. He says, isn't Myers the bad guy? So wouldn't him being homophobic show that homophobia is bad? True. That's an excellent point. Chrome says, if you're interested in trying the new Metroid, they just released a demo for Halloween. See, I almost hesitate now, Chrome, to do anything like that just because I never have the time, and I'm afraid of getting hooked on a game. Because I've done it a couple times, it's like, oh, and then the other things I need to do start suffering for it. But once we get back from, fuck off, Chain. I've told my wife, once we get back from Disney, I enjoy what I do here day to day so much. And I really miss it when I can't stream as much as I want, or I can't. I've had some new ideas for some videos I want to make, and I don't have time to. I told her, we've had a couple of really good vacations recently. Now, anything we do for the time being after we get done with this trip, I want to just do like weekend getaways with her, because we're in our retirement, so we like to just spend time together. But go do a 2-3 day thing here, then do a 2-3 day thing there. I don't like being gone for long periods because of that. I've been wanting to do, I wasn't even going to tell you guys about that. I was just going to hit you with it, but I'm seriously thinking of putting together, and it might take me until I get back, videos of like House of Spaz type videos again. But what it would be is, as I'm sitting here recording videos, doing video work, the different House of Spaz entities will show up to my right here, and it will be conversational. The first one is called Gender Fluid, and it stars Slow Joe. And I don't give away all the details of the sketch, but Slow Joe wants to know what gender fluid means, and he has a very specific reason, sad and pathetic reason, for wanting to know. And I've been wanting to record those, and I just don't have the time, because it'll take quite a while to put together, but I think it's some funny sketch comedy. And if you guys like it, Golden would probably show back up. I'm sure Jingles would. Possibly the old man. Luttrell. Everybody could be back in the mix. Let's see. Chrome says, true, the game was addicting. Yeah, and I am the type, I will get addicted to a game, and that's why I hesitate. On the bright side, for you, it's a short game. Metroid's all about replaying the game to beat it as fast as possible. See, you're right. That works out better for me. That really does. I 100% it in about 9 hours, not including deaths. Wow. That is better for me. When I play a game now, it's nice when it can be a short game. That's why I really appreciate the fact that there's a few people sponsoring games with their G100s, because at least that way I get to keep playing and keep going through it. Luke says, you need to slow down. See, and that's the thing, Luke. I just enjoy what I do so much. And under normal circumstances, it's certainly not overwhelming. It's not too much to handle. But when we're doing these long trips and I have 8 days of stuff that I want to get done ahead of time, I can do it. But the whole time I'm doing that, I can't do anything extra at all. And so that's why I told my wife. And besides, my wife and I, we've taken a few extended vacations recently. So I told her, we'll take, maybe we'll do a weekend trip. One of the local casinos has a really nice hotel. I said, we'll go stay there for a couple nights. But there's plenty of stuff to do around here. Go up to Lake George and hang out, or Lake Placid, rather than doing the week-long things. Oh, Big Green said, I think I just heard one of my fingers fall over. That didn't sound good. Well, Android 18 is still on the floor because I can't get her. What I was doing is a lot of my Pops, I didn't realize at the time they came with the little stands. So they don't have their stands. So I was using Velcro, sticking Velcro to their feet and to the shelf and having them stand up that way. But they, like Android 18's giant forehead, the weight gets too far forward and pulls her over. So far I haven't been able to find a good selection of those little stands. So as soon as I can, she'll be back up there. Mr. King of Negativity says, "Hey Curtis, have you ever seen one of those First Amendment auditor videos where people go around and do annoying but legal stuff around cops to bait them into illegally arresting them so they can sue them?" I haven't, and that's as obnoxious as it gets. Listen, no matter what you think of the cops, there's enough going on with them. Just to me, you're not witty, you're not funny, you're not making a point. You're just a fucking douchebag if that's what you feel like you need to do. Arthur says, Twix commercial, most of it showing off young boy in a skirt. Oh, I haven't seen that. And a creepy, strange woman that pushes it. And she hurts children that mock him. Jesus Christ, I gotta check that out. I'm sure I haven't seen that. I would have remembered that. Holy shit. Oh, guys, I gotta go. I just noticed the time. We only got 20 minutes until the premiere of Squid Game, episode 6. And I just gotta run downstairs. Our Carly is here, our staff, with my stepdaughter today. Just go down, make sure everything's okay with her because my wife's at work. So because it's almost time for her to go home. So I gotta go take care of that stuff in the house, and I'll be back up here. Obviously, it won't be a video, but I'll be in the chat of that video with you guys because I do want to watch it with you. That was honestly one of the hardest hitting things I've ever watched. And I'm just so amazed by how fucking good this show is. And I have seen episode 7. And I'll be editing that one soon. I can't wait to get time to get to 8. And then what I'll do too is if you guys enjoy this, if you guys enjoy doing it, episode 6 as a premiere, I'll do that with the last episode with 9 as well. All right, guys, thanks. As always, this is just, it's Free For All Friday. Saying that it was great is fucking redundant. You know it's gonna be great. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you can hang around again in 20 minutes and you want to watch that reaction with us, it will premiere in 18 minutes from now. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for all the fun. Thanks for all the chat, the camaraderie, and as always, as a special thank you. Oh, it's that quality Free For All sticky stuff. It just seems extra sticky-licious on Fridays. Pom-poo, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you. See, it's extra sticky-licious. You know it's quality sticky stuff when you have to make up a word, create a new word to describe it. Sticky-licious for all of you, because we'll bang, okay? Flashing like buggy. And as always, most importantly, it's sticky-licious and every other superlative one could imagine. Goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh.